Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stepping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Robert Frost. Task A. Find the words from the text that match the following meaning. These are the meaning. We have to find the word. An area of trees smaller than a forest. Answer: wood. An area of trees smaller than a forest. Wood. Strange or unusual. Queer. Queer. Strange or unusual. Queer. The main house on a farm, usually where the farmer lives. Farmhouse. The main house on a farm, usually where the farmer lives. Farmhouse. A set of leather and metal pieces that is put around the body of a horse. Harness bell. Movement of the air. Wind. Movement of the air. Wind. Wind. Covered in something very soft. Flake. Covered in something very soft. Flake. Covered in something very soft. Flake. Task B. Choose the correct answer. A. Why does the speaker stop while on the journey? So why the speaker has stopped while he was going on his journey? Let's see the first stanza. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here, so he has stopped here. To watch his woods fill up with snow. So the speaker, the traveler, has stopped to watch the woods filled up with snow. To watch the wood which is filled up with snow or covered by snow. See, look at the picture. This is the wood which is covered by snow, यानी कि filled up with snow. To watch the woods filled up with snow. This is our correct option, to watch. Let's understand why other options are incorrect. So it says, option 2 says, to find food. There is no any mentioning about food, so this is incorrect. Say hello. The speaker is not saying hello. And to go skating. There is no skating in the poem. So only correct option is I. To watch the woods filled up with snow. B. What is the setting of the poem? Setting of the poem. What does it mean, setting of the poem? Well, setting of the poem means the time, place and physical environment where the story unfolds. Again, the time, place and physical environment. Time, place and physical environment. So, how was the time, place or the environment of the poem? Let's see. First stanza we have already read and there is no answer. So now second stanza. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake. Now the third line is talking about the setting. So between the woods, frozen lake. These are the physical environments. the setting. The darkest evening of the year. So this is, the evening was the darkest. So woods, frozen lake, and darkest evening. So these are our answer. Now let us see the option which contain these three information. Option I, the woods on a bright. No, it was dark, not bright. So this is incorrect. Option 2, a village on a, no, it is not talking about village. It is talking about wood. So this is also wrong. Third, a frozen lake on a bright. The second stanza was talking about frozen lake, but not about the bright afternoon. Yes, it was not bright there. So remaining option IV, the woods. Yes, it was talking about woods, and it was dark, and it was snowy evening. So our correct option is fourth one. Which one of the following statements is true? Okay, let's read the third stanza. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flakes. So there is no answer in third stanza. Fourth, last. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. Woods are lovely, dark, deep. I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go. So this is also not talking. So let us again read the first stanza. Okay, let's see. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stepping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. This stanza is indirectly saying that his house, the owner, is far away from his wood. Which one of the following statements is true? I, the woods are far away from the village. Yeah. The woods are near. No, not near. The owner of the woods and his speaker are friends. The poem is not talking about the friendship. So this is incorrect. The speaker of the poem does not like. No, again, the poem is not talking about likes and dislikes. So this is also incorrect. D, how did the horse respond? How did the horse respond when the speaker stopped there? It stood calm, did nothing, shook its harness, asked the speaker a question. Let's see the ear. He gives his harness bells a shake. So he means the horse. He gives his harness bells a shake. So the horse is shaking his harness bells to ask if there is some mistake. So this is our answer, not this one, because the horse cannot ask the person why you are stopping here. Yes, so the horse is shaking his bell to question why, and then the speaker is assuming that the horse shook his bell in order to ask if he made some mistake or mistakes. So this is not the answer. This is the assumption of what? The traveler. And this is actually what the horse did. Shook its harness. Next, what does miles to go before I sleep mean? So this is the second last and last line of the poem. And miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. What does it mean? The speaker feels tired and sleepy. The speaker has lots of desires to fulfill. No desire. He is not tired and sleepy. The speaker has lots of responsibilities to fulfill. Yeah. So miles to go before I sleep means lots of responsibilities to fulfill. Task C. Fill in the gaps with appropriate words from the box to complete the summary of the poem. So this is the summary of the poem. If you understand this summary, then you will understand the poem. First of all, let me fill up the summary of the poem, then I'll explain. The poet compares human life with a journey. The poet is saying that human life is like a journey. Why he is telling that human life is a journey? Let us find out. Okay, next. Journey. The speaker of the poem is a traveler. The speaker of the poem is a traveler. The one who is talking about the snowing evening of the wood, that person in the poem is a traveler. He has to reach his destination. He needs to reach his destination. Okay, again, he has to reach his destination before taking a rest. He cannot take a rest until he reaches his destination. However, he is distracted by a momentary pleasure in the form of the woods. So while he was on his journey, he was distracted by the momentary pleasure. Before reaching to his destination, for a moment he was distracted. Again, however, he is distracted by the momentary pleasure in the form of the woods. His companion, his friend, the horse, reminds him of his promises in life. So his friend, his companion, the horse. So the horse was his friend, was his companion. So the horse reminded him of his promises in his life. Promises means his responsibilities he needs to fulfill. So those responsibilities are reminded by whom? By his companion, the horse. The speaker realizes that he has to fulfill many responsibilities before his death. So in the poem there was last line, it was miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. It means the speaker has to do many responsibilities, has to fulfill many responsibilities before his death. Before he dies. Sleep means death. The poet compares human life with a journey. Full stop. The speaker of the poem is a traveler. Full stop. He has to reach his destination before taking a rest. However, he is distracted by a momentary pleasure in the form of the woods. Full stop. His companion, the horse, reminds him of his promises in life. The speaker realizes that he has to fulfill many responsibilities before his death. Full stop, done. So our life is also like a journey, and we all are a traveler, and our destination is our death, the graveyard. So before we die, we have many responsibilities to fulfill. We have promises to keep in our life. I hope you have understood. Grammar 2. Use the correct form of verbs given in the brackets to complete the sentences. Do you remember the grammar tasks that we did in lesson 1? So this grammar task is also same. This is about will versus going to. Which one to use? Will or going to? Do you remember? Okay, now look at this. Will is used for unplanned decisions. Unplanned है, प्लानिङ नगरिकन के डिसिजन लिन्छौं भने हामी के युज गर्छौं? will. जस्तै कि क्विक डिसिजन, प्रिडिक्सन्स, के कुरा हामी प्रिडिक्ट गर्दैछौं भने हामी के युज गरिम? will. promises मा पनि के युज गरिम? will. के कुरा अफर गर्छौं? will युज गरिम. के कुरा रिफ्युज गर्छौं, नाइ म गर्दिन भने हामीले के गर्यौं? will use गरिम. On the other hand, going to is used for pre-planned actions. माथि भयो प्लानै नगरीको डिसिजन लिँदाखेरि हामीले के युज गरिम? will भने अब अलरेडी हामीले प्लान गरिसकेको छौं भने हामीले के युज गरिम? going to. Prediction based on current evidence. Strong evidence and signs. Something will happen. केही कुरा हुनको लागि चाहिँ एकदमै स्ट्रङ एभिडेन्स अथवा साइन्स छ, केही कुरा हुन आँटेको चाहिँ देखाइरहेको छ, साइन्स छ, एभिडेन्स छ हो। करेन्ट एभिडेन्स अनुसार चाहिँ हामी केही कुरा प्रिडिक्ट गर्छौँ भने हामीले के युज गर्यौँ, गोइङ टु। अब यहाँ नै अब सामान्य प्रिडिक्सन गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामीले विल युज गर्यौँ भने, अब एभिडेन्स र साइन अनुसार चाहिँ हामीले प्रिडिक्ट गर्यौँ भने के युज गर्यौँ, गोइङ टु। एन्ड नेक्स्ट वान इन्टेन्सन। हाम्रो चाहिँ इन्टेन्सन छ भने हामीले के युज गर्यौँ, गोइङ टु। यु विल अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड वाइल डुइङ द टास्क। अब हामीले यो गर्दाखेरि तपाईँहरू बुझ्नुहुन्छ है। ल ए एज पर द सेड्युल, सेड्युलको कुरा गर्दैछ है, यसलाई हामी सेड्युल पनि भन्न सक्छौँ अथवा स्केड्युल्ड भन्दा पनि हुन्छ। एज पर द सेड्युल अर एज पर द स्केड्युल द ट्रेन। यहाँनिर सेड्युलको कुरा गरौँ, यो सेड्युल भनेको के हो त, प्री प्लान्ड हो नि त, अलरेडी प्लान्ड हो। अब यहाँनिर के युज भयो, यहाँ प्री प्लान्ड भयो भने के भयो, गोइङ टु। ओके, एज पर द सेड्युल द ट्रेन is going to leave at 3 o'clock. As per the schedule, the train is going to leave at 3 o'clock. B. Look, that aeroplane is looking shaky. Shaky. Aeroplane के हुँदैछ है, shaky हुँदैछ, हल्लिँदैछ, हेर त भन्दैछ। This is what? This is strong evidence or this is a sign. So अब यहाँ के युज भयो, going to. Look, the aeroplane is looking shaky. It is going to crash. It is going to crash. See, my daughter says she a doctor when she is older. अब यहाँ के युज भयो, my daughter says dash dash dash. यो के हो त, यो क्विक डिसिजन त होइन हो, यो चाहिँ के हो त, प्रमिज हो नि त, आफैलाई गरेको प्रमिज। अब यहाँ के युज भयो, ए विल। सो माई डटर सेज सी विल बी अ डक्टर वेन सी इज ओल्डर। माई डटर सेज सी विल बी अ डक्टर वेन सी इज ओल्डर। नेक्स्ट, टुमारो अ सनी डे अकॉर्डिंग टू द वेदर फोरकास्ट। सो वेदर फोरकास्टको अनुसार भनेपछि यो के भयो त, एभिडेन्स भयो हो, एभिडेन्स भयो नि। त्यसले गर्दा वेदर फोरकास्ट के हो त, त्यो प्रिडिक्सन हो बेस्ड अन करेन्ट एभिडेन्स। अब यहाँ के युज भयो है, गोइङ टु। सो टुमारो इज गोइङ टु बी अ सन्नी डे। टुमारो इज गोइङ टु बी अ सन्नी डे अकॉर्डिंग टु द वेदर फोरकास्ट। ई वाट टेस्ट टुमारो इभिनिङ। भोलिको इभिनिङमा के गर्दैछौ भनेर सोध्यो। अब भोलिको इभिनिङ म यो गर्छु त्यो गर्छु भनेर हामीले माइन्डमा चाहिँ अलरेडी प्लान बनाएको हुन्छौँ नि त, या गर्दिनौँ भनेर हामीले माइन्डमा सोचिसकेको हुन्छ हो। यो पनि के भयो, यो पनि प्लान भयो कि भएन, प्री प्लान जस्तै भयो नि त हो। अब त्यो भएपछि के युज गऱ्यौँ, गोइङ टु। सो वाट आर यु डुइङ टुमारो इभिनिङ। What are you doing tomorrow evening? Nothing special. I think I am staying at home. यो यहाँ चाहिँ के भयो, इन्टेन्सन। सायद म बस्छु होला घर भन्ने हामीले इन्टेन्ट गऱ्यौँ। यो पनि एक प्रकारको के भयो त, भोलि चाहिँ म कहीँ जाँदिनँ, घरै बस्छु भनेर हामीले एक प्रकारको आफूलाई यो प्लान गरिसकेको छौँ नि त हो, प्री प्लान्ड भयो नि त। सो आइएनजी, गोइङ टु। सो नथिङ स्पेसल, आई थिङ्क आई एम स्टेइङ एट होम। F. It's very stuffy here. Oh, कस्तो स्टफी भन्दैछ। स्टफी means what? Suffocating. निसासिने टाइपको के। It's very stuffy here. Don't worry, I just open the windows for you. यो स्टफी भनेको सुन, अब उसले क्विक डिसिजन लियो नि त, म अब के गरिदिन्छु, विन्डो खोलिदिन्छु। यो के भयो त, भयो क्विक डिसिजन। अब के आयो यहाँनिर, विल। So answer is I will open the windows for you. Don't worry, I will open the windows for you. अब I will को short form के भयो, I'll open the windows for you पनि लेख्न सक्यौं। G. Anne is driving. So who is driving? Anne. Anne is doing what? Anne is driving. There is very little petrol left in the tank. हो ट्याङ्कमा के रहेछ लिटल पेट्रोल थोरै पेट्रोल रहेछ द नियरेस्ट पेट्रोल स्टेसन इज अ लङ वे फ्रम हियर अब नजिकै पेट्रोल चाहिँ टाढा छ भन्दैछ है ड्यास 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 रन आउट अफ पेट्रोल सो यहाँ के भयो त यो अगाडिको सबै एभिडेन्स भयो कि भएन ओहो एभिडेन्स भयो कि भएन के छ एभिडेन्स थोरै पेट्रोल छ पेट्रोल स्टेसन पनि टाढा छ यो के भयो साइन भयो एभिडेन्सहरु भयो अब यहाँनिर हामीले के युज गर्यौं गोइङ टु सो सी इज गोइङ टु रन आउट अफ पेट्रोल सी इज गोइङ टु रन आउट अफ पेट्रोल H there is a hole in the bottom of the boat बोटको बटम पिडमा चाहिँ के रहेछ होल रहेछ भुवाङ रहेछ भनौं न हो It is filling up with water quickly. हो बोट चाहिँ के हुँदैछ पानीले छिटो 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 भरिँदै जाँदैछ यो पनि के भयो अब करेन्ट एभिडेन्स भयो कि भएन अहिले गहिले स्ट्रङ एभिडेन्स भयो साइन भयो हो अब यसमा के युज गर्यौं गोइङ टु अब यहाँ के भयो इट इज गोइङ टु सिंक It is going to sink. There is a hole in the bottom of the boat filling up with water quickly. It is going to sink. As per the schedule, the train is going to leave at 3 o'clock. Look, that aeroplane is looking shaky. It is going to crash. My daughter says she will become a doctor when she is older. Tomorrow is going to be a sunny day according to the weather forecast. What are you doing tomorrow evening? Nothing special. I think I'm staying at home. It's very stuffy here. Don't worry. I will open the windows for you. Anne is driving. There is very little petrol left in the tank. The nearest petrol station is a long way from here. She is going to run out of petrol. There is a hole in the bottom of the boat. It is filling up with water quickly. It is going to sink.